Chrisley Knows best patriarch Todd Chrisley is at it again with his cryptic Instagram posts. This time he's telling his fans to stop throwing stones. Keep reading to find out more about what's happening in Todd Chrisley's latest cryptic Instagram post. Chrisley Knows best star Todd Chrisley tends to post cryptic messages on Instagram. Often, it is hard to tell where these posts come from. Sometimes, context clues lead his fans to make assumptions about what is going on. The reality television star's latest post is no different. The father of 6 captions the post with, "March to your own beat, no distractions." The advice could easily be applied to any of Todd Chrisley's children. However, the comments section does not offer any clues about who this cryptic post is aimed at. Interestingly enough, Todd's cryptic post comes the day after his middle daughter, Savannah Chrisley, shared something out of the norm for her usual social media postings. The Sassy by Savannah founder took to her Instagram to share a photo of herself jetting off somewhere. However, the caption is a little unusual for the former beauty queen. Savannah Chrisley writes, "Couldn't come up with any caption that weren't toxic. Might as well keep my mouth shut." Notably, Savannah never spilled the tea on her toxic thoughts. Fans take to the comment section of Todd Chrisley's post with praise and positivity. Some of the fan comments read as follows. While there may not be new episodes of Chrisley Knows Best airing at the moment, fans can get the scoop on what's going on with their favorite reality television family by checking out Todd and Julie Chrisley's weekly podcast, Chrisley Confessions. In addition, most members of the family are active on social media. What do you think about Todd Chrisley and his latest cryptic Instagram post? Please let us know in the comments section below. Make sure to come back to TV Show's Ace for more Chrisley news. There's a certain southern charm that precedes Todd Chrisley, a charm equal parts biting wit, flamboyant style, and a fierce sense of family. But charm alone doesn't shield a person from life's curveballs, especially not when the world seems ready to pelt you with stones the minute you stumble. Todd Chrisley, the outspoken patriarch of USA Network's reality show Chrisley Knows Best, has never been one to bite his tongue. Love him or loathe him, you can't accuse him of hiding behind politeness. Whether he's discussing family, finances, or faith, he delivers his truths with a kind of unapologetic candor that only a Southern man in a designer suit can pull off. And lately, he's had a lot to say about stones. Not literal ones, of course, but the metaphorical kind. The stones cast in judgment, the rocks hurled by strangers hiding behind keyboards, the pebbles tossed by so-called friends in hushed corners. In a recent podcast episode, his voice, calmer than usual but no less assured, echoed a message wrapped in biblical resonance. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. It wasn't just a quote, it was a challenge, a reminder, a reckoning. The weight of Stone Chrisley's recent years have been marked by turmoil. Legal battles, prison sentences, public scrutiny, all magnified under the glare of reality TV fame. And while many people backed away in silence or judgment, others took to social media like a modern-day Colosseum crowd, eager for spectacle and downfall. "People are quick to crucify you when you're vulnerable," Todd remarked. "They act like your flaws make their hellos shine brighter." And it's true. There's something uniquely human, perhaps disturbingly so, about our eagerness to judge others while ignoring the mess in our own lives. We scroll past our own issues to like, share, and comment on someone else's worst moment. We call it tea or karma or just desserts, but at the heart of it, it's just stone throwing. Todd sees this clearly now, not just because he's endured it, but because he's come through it with a different kind of sight. The refinement of fire, it's amazing what prison strips away, and what it reveals, he said, in what might have been his most honest confession yet. When you're down to nothing, that's when you figure out who you really are. For someone like Todd, who built an empire on image, aesthetic, and luxury, being stripped of control was the ultimate test. Yet, paradoxically, it was also a moment of clarity. When I couldn't fix everything with money, when my name didn't open doors, I had to look in the mirror and ask, who am I without all of it? And the answer was hard, but freeing. Through letters, conversations with Julie, and moments of solitude, he started to rediscover the man behind the brand. The husband, the father, the flawed soul trying to walk in grace. He no longer wants to be perfect. He just wants to be real. I used to think vulnerability was weakness, he admitted.
Strength.
Now because
I see it
only
as
strong people can admit when they're wrong and still stand up the next morning. Stop throwing stones. The message is personal, but it's also public. Chrisley isn't just talking to his haters or the tabloid writers. He's talking to all of us. When you pick up a stone to throw at someone else, he said, ask yourself, what pain in me is reaching for that rock? It's an uncomfortable question. It forces introspection. Because maybe we criticize the loudest when someone reflects a piece of ourselves we've tried to bury. Maybe we gossip because we're lonely. Maybe we judge because we're afraid of being judged first. There's something broken in all of us, he continued. But healing doesn't come from hurting others. It comes from mercy, from grace. It's a sentiment rooted in his faith, one that's been tested in fire but remains intact. If Jesus didn't throw stones, Todd said, why are we so quick to do it? Family, forgiveness, and the long road ahead. If there's one constant in Todd Chrisley's world, it's family. Through all the turmoil, they've remained his anchor and his Achilles heel. He speaks with pride about Savannah's strength, Grayson's maturity, and Chloe's bright spirit. And he grieves the moments missed. You start counting time differently when it's taken from you, he said. Every birthday, every milestone, you feel it in your chest. But rather than let that ache harden him, he's chosen to let it soften his perspective. Forgiveness starts at home, he said. And sometimes it starts with forgiving yourself. He talks about mending fences, not just within his family, but with former friends, estranged relatives, even critics. I don't want bitterness to be my legacy, he said. I want people to say, he got knocked down, but he got back up with grace. An invitation, not a sermon. Todd Chrisley knows he's not everyone's cup of sweet tea. He's made mistakes. Some big, some public. He's been proud, defensive, even arrogant at times. But he's also grown. And now, he wants to use his platform for more than punchlines. I'm not telling people how to live, he clarified. I'm just saying, think before you throw a stone. You don't know what kind of battle someone's fighting. He hopes people extend the same grace they so desperately want for themselves. Because one day, it could be you on the other side of the glass. And when that happens, you'll want someone to say, let's put the stone down and talk. New chapter. There are rumors of a memoir, maybe even a podcast reboot or a new show. Less about luxury and more about life. Todd's not confirming anything yet, but the twinkle in his eyes suggests he's not done telling his story. Only now, he wants to tell the parts that really matter. The truth is, God's not done with me, he said. And if there's still breath in my body, then there's still purpose. He leans forward, voice steady. So if you're reading this, and you're walking through fire, or shame, or silence, just know I see you. I've been you. And I'm telling you, you're not alone. He pauses, then adds, and don't throw that stone. Hand it to God. He knows what to do with it. Final thoughts. Todd Chrisley's message isn't the sermon from a saint. It's a reflection from a sinner who's still figuring things out, and maybe that's why it resonates. Because in a world obsessed with perfection, there's something sacred about someone saying, I messed up, and I'm still here. So, the next time you're tempted to throw a stone, whether in gossip, in judgment, or in pride, pause, and remember Todd's words. Let he who is without sin cast the first one. Odds are, you'll find your hands feel lighter when they're empty.